This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, let's start today's session. Let's start today's session. In the last session, so we were discuss about file handling mechanism. So we have seen some modification of the file and also how to check whether file is exist or not. Okay, if it is exist, then how to read content of the file also we will discuss here. And I want to extend this program again to after finding the file whether it is exist or not. Okay, and after finding whether file is exist or not, and if it is file is exist, I want to display the content of the file, and also I need to find how many number of lines in that file, how many number of words in that file, how many number of characters also I want to read it. So to do this, we need to extend the logic in the if condition. Let's see this. First, let's execute this one file10.py, and now you can see. So once I entered the file name here, any file name which is 1.txt which is not available, immediately we got this file does not exist, then it is mohan.txt only. Okay, so for example, if I entered correct file, that is abc.txt, and we got this content of the file here. So file name is available and content of the file also available. But my next approach is whatever the content is there here, in this content, how many number of lines present in that file, and also how many number of what we can say words present in that file, how many number of characters present in that file I want to check. Okay, so how to check this is how many number of files, number of lines present in that file, how many number of lines and words and characters, all these things we'll see now. Okay, so we need to write the code here only, sir, inside the for loop only. Inside the if loop only, if condition. So because file content is there, so here only we have to display this. So how to display this, just observe. I'm taking for loop here for line. Line means it's a loop variable in where actually f only. F is what? File object name. File object means whatever we entered the file name here, that is file object. From that file we are reading. But before this loop, I need to give the global variable something. What is that global variable means? L count I need to take. L count. Line count equal to 0. Okay. Then W count, that means word count equal to again 0. And C count, that is equal to 0. So these are the three variables I'm taking. Finally, line count I need to store here, and W count I need to store here, C count also I need to store here. And this, instead of each and every variable separately zeros, then better to take what actually here. Just a moment. Here I'm taking L count equals to W count equals to C count equals to 0 only. L count, W count, C count equal to 0 because it is a multiple assignment. A single value I am assigning to three multiple variables L count, C count, W count. It's okay, fine. Okay. So here finally result I want to store into these values. initial value of this count values are zeros, and I'm looping here for line in F only. F means file object. File object means what file you enter at runtime, that is the file object only. For line in F, so each and every line, each and every iteration, I want to increment the line. To increment the line count, so L count equals to L count plus 1. L count equals to L count plus 1 only. Line count I need to increase, sir. For line in F means first line. That line count always 0 only. The moment when we read first line, one line is there, one increment by here, L count equal to 1. After L count incrementation, we need to write character count. Character count means each line some characters are there. No? How many number of characters also I want to store there. So character count purpose I'm using C underscore count equals to C underscore count plus length of line. Length of line means first line length. Each and every line is called as string only. So that means length of line means length of string. String means what? Group of characters. The group of characters I'm using. So C underscore count equal to C underscore count plus length of line only. So this is length of line. Number of characters will be find by using length function. It's a string length. That length will be added to the character count. Next step, I want to find number of words in the file. To count number of words in the file, first of all, each line I need to split into words. So that's what I'm taking. Words is my variable, and each line I want to split. So how to split means what actually? So split function I'm using. Okay, okay. How to do this? So line dot split, separate here. Line is a loop variable. That line I'm going to use here. Split function I'm applying on it. Split function will split the words separated by space. This split function will return result is what? List word. You know about split function on string. By default, split function will split the string, and it will return the list format only. So here words are list only. Here list format. Finally, W count I am using. W count is equal to, this is 0 value. So W count is 0. 0 equals to W count means what? 0 plus length of words only. Number of words we are going to store in W count. So after for loop outside, we have to print like this. So what we have to print? Number of lines. Number of lines where it is there? L count only here. Print number of number of words. Okay. Then W count here. Number of words, that is W count here. Print number of characters. Okay. Then C count here. C count here. This is the case. So this is going to happen in the for inside the if condition only, sir. If the file is there, then I want to perform these operations. File is not there, simply file does not exist. File name is need to be displayed, sir. This is the simple example. We are extending past program only. So this is the program which I have written now. So L count, W count, C count are my variables, and I'm setting for them 0 initially, and I'm iterating in this file object one by one iteration. That is, line is my loop variable here. Line is L count means 0 equal to 0 plus 1. Total line count is incremented by 1. C count means character count equal to C count 0 plus length of line means in this first line how many characters are there, length will find, it will assign to C count. C count will be length only in the first line only. Next line again C count will be added to this C count only. Words equals to line dot split means split function will split the line based on its separator. After splitting the line, it will store into list format, that is words. So in this word, I'm finding length of words, how many number of words are there, that words I'm giving count to word count only. Finally, we are printing W count, L count, L- C count. We are printing in the outside of the for loop only. So this code need to be required when the file is available. Who will check whether file is available or not simply? So this os.path.is file is there. This is file function will check whether file is exist or not like that. Okay. So let's see this. If file is not there, then directly it will go to else parts are. Just a moment. I'm trying to run and I'm just giving wrong file name. So again, we don't have this kind of file. Simply file does not exist. If file is exist here, for example, so a lot of files are there like abcd.txt. But look at this. The moment where I try to run this file with the name abcd.txt, content of the file is Sai, Mohan, Durga, Raj. Actually, number of lines 4, number of words 4, number of characters like 20 plus only there is, sir. Okay. But note this, we are unable to find this number of lines, number of words, number of characters. So what is the problem? Do you guess? What's the problem here? Why it's not coming number of lines, number of words, number of characters? Anyone, you just guess. Just observe this code and guess it and tell me what's the problems are here. So we have written code inside the if condition only. If os.path.is file name is there, then I have to execute this. So once file name is entered by the user, this file name is there or not, it will check that. If it is there, I have to display the file is available. That file name is, I have to open that file. I need to read that content of the file. After reading this content of the file, then we are finding the number of lines, number of words, number of characters in that file only. Why? What is the problem in this case? Why we are not able to get, okay, this file, this data here? Any idea? Okay, exactly. Cursor is at the end, sir. You are right. See, look at this, all of you. When we read this content of the file, you know that in the previous examples I said, the moment when we start reading the data from the file, how much data you are trying to read, that many position cursor is moving towards forward. So we are reading, this read method is used to read complete data, no? Complete data reading means after that file is where location of the cursor is end of the file. So that's what from the end of the file, what data is there? No data. That's what we don't have any data, no count is there. So that's what we are able to see this number of lines, number of words, number of characters. Simple one. We are in the read mode, by default cursor is present in starting location. We are reading the data, keep on like this, and cursor is located here only right now. Okay. From here, we have started to find number of lines, number of words, number of characters. But actually, from here, this cursor position point of now, there is no data here. That's what we are not able to see this number of lines, number of words. So how I can get again? After reading also, we are moving that cursor into zeroth index. Who will bring that cursor into zeroth index means, so seek method. The moment when we use f.seek method, then automatically with this cursor is positioned at 0 index, then we will see, you will get output now. Same file name I'm using, that is abcd.txt here. So we got this results are number of lines 4, number of words 4, number of characters 20 here. Okay. So including with what spaces. Let's rerun this. One more file name I'm giving abc.txt. Number of lines 3, number of words 3, number of characters 24. Suppose let's see this sample.txt. We have a lot of files. Number of lines 4, number of words 16, number of characters what 18 only, 88. So this is the way to find how many number of files present in this file, how many number of characters, how many number of words, if the file name is available. If file is not there, then immediately it will say that file not exist. That's it. That is different. The way to work with text files for reading the data from the file only. Next. So there is one more concept is there in Python, that is all files I want to make zip file. So generally, so what is zip and unzip operations we'll see now. Zip and unzip operations are there. ZIP. The zip stands for Zonal Improvement Plan. Zonal Improvement Plan. Okay. So we are making rar file actually. Rar file. Rar stands for Rochelle Archive. Rochelle Archive. He is the man who invented rar file. Rochelle is the man who invented rar file. That's what we can call it as rar file. So we are making zip folder or rar information. So zip and rar both are same. If there is no rar software, Windows rar software, automatically zip is recommend. And if we have rar software, then rar through we can able to zip. So completely whatever you are having files like text files. So far we have created many files no in our project like abc.txt, abcd.txt, sample.txt, and many more files. That all files I'm just going to make zip folder only. So to do zip folder in Python, we use some techniques. That techniques are called zip and unzip techniques are there. So generally why we need to make all the files into zip folder means just for convenient. So all some related files if you want to store into separate folder, and you can able to zip all the files in one folder location. That is called zip and unzip operations we are doing now. So let's try to do this zip and unzip operation. So to do zip and unzip operations in this Python language, file handling especially, zip and unzip operations. Zip and unzip operations. To work with zip and unzip operations, first the zip operation purpose, we use this syntax. File object equals to, generally to create a file we use open method, no? But we are not creating a file, we are creating zip file. But to create zip file, what is the class is there actually? Zip file file class is there. Look at this Z capital and F capital. This is the class. And here what I'm trying to do, file name dot zip extension is recommend, not txt extension. Zip zip file extension it is. Okay, file object equals to zip file of file name dot zip. File name, any name you can take. Zip is what? Zip file extension, comma. Here I'm using what actually to store multiple text files into zip folder. We use what actually W. W. And after that, what I'm using, there is a constant is there that is called zip underscore deflated. Deflated means a built-in constant. Generally, whenever we try to zip, then it is going to be perform compression, means multiple files we can store into one folder. Zip deflated means reduce all the files make into one single folder, that is. And this constant using is optional. Usage of this constant is optional, not compulsory here. Okay, zip underscore deflated. So file object equals to zip file class, file name dot zip an extension, and we are writing all the text files into zip folder. That's what we are using W mode, and zip deflated constant is there. This is called zip operation. At the same time, unzip operation purpose we use this one, sir. File object equals to again Z capital F capital zip file class. So here file name dot zip, and unzip operation purpose file name compulsory it should be there, sir, whatever you provided. Then unzip operation purpose we use what actually read mode only. Now coming to this zip underscore stored like this. Zip underscore stored. Zip underscore stored. File object equals to zip file. File name dot zip. Read mode is there. Zip underscore stored is there. Zip underscore stored. This is the case. Okay, zip underscore stored. This is a constant for retrieving the files from zip folder, and this is for writing the data all multiple files into zip folder only. These two syntaxes we have to use. Let's use. But before that, this class, zip file class is always present in this modules are zip file module. It's all small letters. That means it's a module name. Zip file is a module name and zip file is a class name. This class is belongs to zip file only. Okay. So you can import this and we can able to work with this class only. Let's do this zip operation how to do, and unzip operation also how to do. We'll see this quickly. So, and most important thing is if I try to import this zip file directly, every time if you write zip file class, compulsory before that directly class name we cannot use. Directly you can use zip file dot like this. Zip file dot zip file how to use. Okay. Here also what I'm using, zip file dot zip file. So this is module name dot class name, because you have imported like this only. For example, if I try to import like this on the top of the program, you must and should use this module name dot class name. So instead of import this one, look at this. I'm trying to use this one from statement. Diff file import star. This time no need to use any diff file module, because the importance of from statement is what, without any module name or class name directly we can able to use classes directly without importing any module directly. This zip file class coming from zip file module like this. Okay. So this is zip and unzip operation. Let's see this how to work with zip and unzip operations. See here. So practically I'll show you. Okay, to create zip file we use this one only here. So let's see the program for doing zip operation. Let's create a new file here, file 11. Now I'm trying to create new file here. Go to new and Python file 11 I'm taking. So first I'm trying to do import file module name, and file object is f equals to, and now you can see Z capital F capital file. Now you can see file name, whatever you want you can give that. Files dot zip I'm giving. W is the mode, and zip underscore deflated. Just note this point. Two errors are there in this. What are that? One is class is giving error. Zip underscore deflated is giving error because this constant is coming from this module. This class also coming from this module. In this context, we can use what actually module name dot zip file and module name dot zip deflated. Correct? Yes. So look at this module name dot zip file class, module name dot zip deflated like this. Okay. So instead of passing this, so why don't we go for this one better? From zip file, it's a library, import zip file class. Okay, this is also possible, or else star also we can use. Now you can see zip file. Now here zip deflated like this. Okay, this is zip file class, but zip deflate also missing again. Zip deflated we have to use. Got my point. Instead of this importing, just you can go for star. Star means both are coming directly will come. This is the case, sir. File object name is F. Zip file is the class. Files.zip is my file name. Zip file name, folder name it is. W means I am writing all multiple files into this zip folder. Zip deflated is the constant. It is optional to use. Zip deflated indicates we are going to do storing the all multiple files into zip folder only. So how to write that files into zip folder means f dot write method, and you can see what files do you want to write. That files you can mention here, number of files we are writing here. Okay, abcd dot txt. Now you can see sample dot txt. Few files I'm going to write, not all, multiple files. xyz dot txt here. This is file. And finally, I have to give confirmation like zip file created successfully. A zip file created. And after created zip file, close we have to use. The simple programs are to create a zip file using Python file handling. Once I run this, now right now you can see files.zip folder is not there in our project. Okay, there is no files.zip folder available. Let's see this. Once I run this, now you can see we are getting zip file created statement, and we can see this whether it is created or not zip file. Here it is there, files.zip. Look at this, the icon also is available like zip icon. So in this lot of files are there, abc, abcd, sample, xyz. But look at this, the moment when we go for physical location, actually that physical location means where do you saved your project in this e drive, Python full stack at 7 a.m. And now you can see you find that somewhere zip files. Right now you can see zip folder, it is there. So files.zip here. So this is called compressed zipped folder here. Okay. So the moment when we double click on it, so here these all files are available here only, compressed file. Okay. So let's see this data is there or not. Yes, data is also there, sir. This is completely compressed here. Now you can see here manual. This is manual compression. Okay, but I want to extract the data and files from our program, not like this. Okay, to do this, extracting the data from zip folder again, so we need to do unzip operation. Unzip operation purpose, we use what mode? Read mode. We have to use unzip operation purpose. To do this unzip, then we use read mode. So how to use read mode for unzip operations, we'll see that. Okay, so unzip purpose, I'm taking one more file, that is file12.py. File12.py. Again, from file is the library or module name, import star, and file object is f, and zip file is the class name. It's a capital letter Z, and f is a capital letter. And make sure that for unzip operation, unzip means we are extracting the files from zip folder. In that context, compulsory we have to use read mode. Okay, read mode. Your file name is required, that is called files.zip. And also we are going to use what mode? Actually read mode. And what constant is there? Zip stored is the constant. Now you can see zip underscore stored is the constant. So this is unzip operation. But look at this, in unzip operation, all files whatever we have stored into zip folder, by default it stores in name list method. So to extract all the file names from the zip folder, then we use name list method. So how to use name list method? F dot name list is a built-in method which is related to zip file class. Look at this, we are using zip file class only. Zip file class will store all the zip file names into name list method. So we are using name list method. In this name list method, we have files. From this name list method, we are collecting the file names. After collecting the all file names, I am going to store into names here. This is the list, because name list method will return all file names to the names only. This is called list only. So this names I'm printing, just a moment. So we are printing only, then f dot close I'm doing. I don't want to display this names. Later I have to read the content of the file also. First let me display the names of the files, how it is. So file object name is f, zip file is a class, and zip stored is the constant. We are using read mode. F dot name list is a method. This method will return all the file names whatever I have stored previously. That names will come to here, and this names I'm printing, it's a list of all names only. Let's run this. File12.py, all the list of names are coming. Now you can see abc.txt, abcd.txt, sample.txt, xyz.txt, like this. Okay, this is the case. abc, abcd, sample, and xyz. These are the files. But I don't want to display the name of the files which I have uploaded already in zip folder, but I want to extract the data from each and every file and file name through also. To do this, what we need to do, just loop through, I have to iterate. So loop through. So let's see this how to work with loop through after printing file names. Okay. So here, before closing, now for loop I'm taking for name is a loop variable in names. Names is the list. From this list, one by one name I'm collecting for loop through. I'm printing this first step. File name is what, actually name only here. File name is name. File name is name. Okay. Yes. So next, I want to display the content of the file also, not only printing the name. Each and every file name whichever I am extracting from this names list, content also I want to display. So to display the content, obviously we need to open the file by using file object open. Which name? Name only. This name is what? Current name which is coming from names list. So this is the name. This name is first name only. First name means abc.txt will be there. This file I want to open into which mode? Read mode. Because we are trying to read the data from the file now. So we have to use R mode here. R mode means read. Read the data here. What we need to do? Just text equals to that read method we have to use. This is reading complete data from the file. Finally, what we are printing, content of the file is text only here. So here, content of the file. What is the content of the file, sir? Text only here. Okay. So this is the case. Each and every file name available here in this names. From that names, I'm collecting the names, each and every name separately. For name in names means each and every name will come from names, and name is there here, ABC. That ABC file only I'm opening in read mode. That ABC file data only I'm reading with the text format. So clearly available here. Okay. Yes. So let's see this one by one. File content is going to display here. It's displaying one by one content. Total zip folder, we have these many files, and file names directly I'm printing into list format, and each and every name I'm collecting from this list. File name is abc.txt. At the same time, content also I'm displaying each file. abc.txt content, abcd.txt content, sample.txt content, and xyz content only. Okay. So this is file unzip operations, means we are extracting the data from this file. So this is zip and unzip operations from the file. So we can simply create zip folders by using zip file module in Python. So using this zip file module, we are able to create this zip files clearly. Let's try to work with another type of files. So that is CSV file. CSV means comma separated values. So working with CSV file. So what is CSV file and how to work with them, we'll see this. CSV files. CSV stands for comma separated values. Comma separated values files, these are. So CSV file. Okay. So CSV stands for comma separated values. CSV is a simple file format which is used to store the data in tabular format. Tabular format means what? Table format only. So you are going to see whenever we write the data into CSV file, the data always will be appear in tabular format, that mostly in Excel sheet. So we are taking input values from the user using Python code. That input values we are going to store into CSV file. That CSV common standard format is Excel sheet only, sir. Is a simple file format which is used to store tabular data, that is uh, Excel sheet, or we can also store this data into database also. If you are able to communicate with the database like SQL Server or MySQL, we can communicate. A CSV file stores tabular data, that is numbers and text, in plain text format. Each line of the CSV file is considered as a data record only, one record. Each record consists of one or more fields separated by commas only, like employee ID, employee name, employee address. These are the fields. So each employee field is separated by comma. To use of the comma as field separator, okay, the use of the comma as a field separator is the source of the name for this file format. That's what we can say, that after each and every field we have to give the comma symbol only. That is the main source of the file only. So for working with CSV file in Python, there is a built-in module called CSV module. So without this module, we can't able to work with CSV file. Compulsory we have to import on the top of the program CSV only. It's a built-in module, sir. Using this built-in module only, we can able to work with CSV. Without this CSV importing, we can't able to write CSV code only. It's a built-in module. No need to install separately this import CSV file. It's not required. Directly it will come. The moment when we install Python software, automatically this CSV also will be available. Next, normally in the text file reading and writing purpose, we use write method. No, I'm speaking about normal text file context. Write method for writing the data. Read method for reading the data. Read line like this. But when it comes to CSV, writer method we have to use. What method? Writer method. Again, when it comes to the CSV, reader method also we have to use. Writer method and reader method both are required to use, sir. These two methods are useful to write the data and to read the data here. So in CSV file, writing the data into CSV file, we use writer method. Reading the data from CSV file uses reader method. And also we need to create writer objects also, like this. W equals to writer and R equals to reader. The moment when we assign these methods to the variable, then here W is going to become a writer object. This writer method, how it will come? CSV module. So we have to use what actually CSV dot writer and also CSV dot reader. Module name dot method name. This module name dot this reader method. So here W and R are just for meaningful name. You can take any name of these objects only. This writer object is useful to write number of rows, okay, separate rows into CSV file. Reader object is useful to retrieve the data from CSV file. So these two objects are very important, sir. So this is CSV file creation, but all the CSV files are having an extension called what actually? .csv. Right now, if I create like file object here, f equals to open. Now you can see here file name dot txt means text file. We have seen like this. Okay, W mode. Then if it is file name dot zip means zip file extension. So we are working with CSV. Compulsory we have to use .csv only. File name .csv only. So CSV stands for comma separated values. To work with CSV files, we have to use CSV module, and not only CSV module, we have to write writer method and reader method, and also we need to create objects for them, writer object, reader object, This writer object through only we can write the data. This reader object through only we can read the data here. Okay. So this is about CSV introduction. So in tomorrow's session, we will see the programming of CSV. Today I have to go little bit early to my institute. So that's what I'm just leaving now. So tomorrow we'll continue this CSV coding part clearly. How to store the data and how to read the data from file, we'll discuss in detail.